All right, this week we're going to be talking about obedience. And today we're going to talk about God versus man. God versus man. Well, yeah, it's no competition. God's going to obviously win that. But we're going to look today at Acts 5, and mostly from verse 18 onwards. And we're looking at Peter and the apostles. So they had been strictly warned not to preach, not to talk about Jesus, and they were. And so the guards catch them, they throw them in jail. So you're in jail. This is not an American jail experience. There's no TV, there's no 3 meals a day. They're suffering. What happens? The angel of the Lord comes, lets them out. What do? Run for cover? Run for the hills? No. They go right back to the temple and they start teaching about Jesus. And the captain of the guards finds out, and they go right back and they arrest them, and they give them this, real strict warning saying, "We told you never again to talk in this name. And what have you done? You've not listened. Didn't you learn from being in jail? And instead, what have you done? You've gone right back to teaching about him and filling all of Jerusalem with his teachings. And on top of that, you're blaming us for his death." Of course, it was them. But anyway, what is their response? Okay, verse 29, they say, "We must obey God rather than man." And the Amplified actually says, "We have no other choice except to obey God." And I love that, because you know what? I feel like as Americans, as human beings, we are really good at coming up with a lot of other choices than to obey God. But God says, put me first, obey me. My word should have the first priority in your life. In John 14:15, he says, "If you love me, you will obey my commandments." So a proof of our love for him is how we are with his commands. So I'm going to ask you, has God told you to do something? And the follow-up question, have you done it? Because when God speaks something to us and we don't obey, we are taking ourselves out of that place of his blessing. Even Jesus, in Philippians 2, it talks about how Jesus came from heaven to earth and made himself like a man, and says he obeyed even to the point of death. Even Jesus had a choice, and he chose to obey. So going the second mile. You know what? We want to rely on God's promise. We're like, I want your promises, God. I want your promises. But so many times we don't want to obey his commands. Going that second mile, I want to challenge you that God comes first. God's word, God's promises, God's commands. Make that your priority, and God will take care of everything else that concerns you.